Hi guys, this is Mike and this will be a quick shootout between the Strymon Dig version 1 and the Strymon Dig version 2. So I've had the version 1 for a couple of years now. It's really one of my favorite delay pedals. I really love how it sounds, especially when you add the modulation or engage the modulation on the pedal. And now they came up with Strymon Dig version 2. And they made a couple of changes, but apparently the sound engine is not one of them. Thank God for that, because version 1 already sounded absolutely beautiful. There's no need to change something that's working. But what did they change? So I don't know if you can see it in the shot, but they changed the look of the pedal, the color actually. It's the same color, I guess, but now we have this metallic sheen or metallic flakes there. It looks very cool in my opinion. Also, as you can see, the knobs are a little bit smaller in comparison to V1. And that's, I guess, because we have now a sixth knob on here, which is the tone control. So we did have a tone control on the V1, but it was basically a secondary function, a hidden function. You had to press both switches at the same time. And now here you had the tone control. So going from all cutting the highs, I guess, to cutting the lows. That was the flat setting at 12 o'clock. And as you can see, with this method, you had no way of telling what you're doing. So they changed that as well. As you can see, the LEDs look a little bit different. And we have multicolored LEDs now. So if I'm going to use, or I want to change a secondary function, I press not both of them, but just the right one here. I let go, and now, for example, I can change what is underneath there. I think that's the stereo configuration. I'll set it to blue. That's the default mode. And yeah, so we have now visual clues. It's a nice bonus. I don't know if it's that necessary. On V1, you had to trust your ears more, I guess, and now we have like visual aids, visual clues, I should say. So yeah. It's helpful. What we also do have is USB over MIDI. So we have a MIDI port now here, which we didn't have on V1. And that's also for software updates, the manual says. Also the pedal, I don't know if you can see it. I just noticed it. It's a little bit smaller in the dimensions, not in the length and width, but in the height. So that's not even. It's a couple of, well, millimeters smaller, I guess. It's a more compact pedal now. And my favorite new addition, actually, on V1, I always had the problem because I was using it in different setups. And whenever I changed the pedal in front of it, if I had a stereo pedal in front of it, I had to unscrew the 4 screws on the back. I had to open the pedal. I had to change a dip switch that is inside, screw it back together, right? And then I had stereo inputs here. And if I wanted to play with a mono pedal again, I had to, you guessed it, Frank Stallone, you had to open the pedal again, unscrew the screws, open the pedal, change the dip switch, blah, blah, blah. So that was always a pain in the you know what. But they changed that. And now we actually do have this mini switch here, which is very cool. It's my favorite addition, I think. Which automatically changes how the input works if it's mono or stereo. So if I'm having a stereo chorus here, or if I would have a stereo chorus here, I could just set that to stereo and we would be good to go, right? So that's a very cool addition, but of course the main thing is how it sounds. So I try to set all the controls the same, right? Both pedals are set to true bypass. Both pedals have their own power supply, so they should not interfere with each other. This is the clean sound. Right? Let's try V1. Yeah, it sounds close enough, a little bit warmer maybe. It sounds a little bit as if it would be a little bit less volume there on the repeats. Although the mix should be, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog snoring in the background. Let's see. Let's put it to noon. Yeah, it does seem to sound a little bit different or behave differently. Let's put the repeats so we can hear more to 12 o'clock. Interesting. Let's try turn the mode off. Let's try to set it to digital. That's interesting. Okay, the mix was up. But it does sound differently, doesn't it?
A few moments later.
Okay, so after going back and forth another time, I found a setting now where you can actually hear the difference, and it's a little bit shocking, I think. So if you set all the mix all the way up, and the repeats are basically the same, and we are on the 12-bit engine on both devices, and we have the deep mod engaged on both devices, the tempo is approximately the same, and you know, I don't see any differences there, but I think the Strymon Dig version, well, listen to yourself. I mean, please tell me why that is. It should sound exactly the same when they didn't change the sound engine, but the Strymon Dig is, first of all, it's louder. Second of all, it's fuller. So this sounds more metallic, more colder, I think. A little bit colder. A little bit more serious, maybe, but I mean, what the hell? And again, the controls are set exactly the same. So I have no idea what's going on here. I would be interested in someone that has both these pedals, what he or she says about that, if they encountered the same thing. I don't think one of them is faulty. They just sound differently, and that shouldn't be. And actually, I think I'm going to stay with V1. Simply because I like the sound more, or maybe I'm just used to the sound more. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like this video if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye. With 2 eyes.